Hey, Zach Bennington here with Frameworks.Solutions and another Airtable demo of how you can build for your financial planning practice. Today we're going to look at building a simple time tracker that you could use to track tasks for clients, internal projects, or anything else that you need to have a start and a stop date tracked for. Now, rather than using something like Toggle or another out-of-the-box solution, you can build this at no marginal cost directly into your Airtable CRM. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. I'm on a task here for Victor Avery to schedule the 2025 check-in, and you can see so far we've taken 2 minutes to do this task. And right now the time tracker is not running. If I go ahead and hit this green button to start the time tracking on this, we'll see that the total task time moves into this kind of NA status as it's currently calculating, and the time tracker running checkbox I built shows that we are running time tracking on this right now, just as a way to remind ourselves we should close this at some point, right, and not get distracted and never close the time tracker on this. I'm going to go ahead and pause and let a few minutes of real time elapse to see what happens to the 2 minutes of total task time we saw up there a moment ago. Okay, I let some time elapse, and now let's go ahead and hit the end time tracking to say that we're done working on this task right now. We can see that this is now updated to 4 minutes of time spent on this task, and that's all well and good to track things on a task-by-task basis, but what if I want to see how much time I've spent on working on tasks for Victor Avery in general, let's say over the last month? Well, we can see here I have a box highlighting exactly that information. It's summing up all of the durations of the task tracking that I've had for various tasks for Victor Avery. This field could be showing tasks in the last month, total tasks I've worked on for Victor Avery over the course of our relationship, the last week, or filtered to be tasks just showing, let's say, ones tagged as analysis. It's really as granular as you want it to be because, as always, Airtable is a sandbox where you're building for your specific way of working. Now, that's how we can show this on the interface side. Let's just take a brief moment to see what this looks like behind the scenes so you can get an idea of how you could build this for yourself. The first thing we're going to need is a separate table called time tracker, where we're basically going to create a relationship between these empty time tracker fields and the task itself. So for example, this time tracker is related to the review performance reports for Henry and Claire Bennington. Then we just have a simple start and end time field and a duration that calculates off of these. These are what are powered by the automations that I'm going to show you now. Basically, when you're over on the interface showing you tasks, we have these two automations hooked up to those buttons. So when the start tracker button is pushed, it creates a record on that time tracker page, and it basically just updates the button to show that the checkbox is marked and you're currently running the time tracker again so you don't forget. Then we have another automation hooked up to that stop time tracker button, and it goes ahead and finds the record where there's basically an empty end date, and it goes ahead and puts an end time into that. And it'll go ahead and again uncheck that box. So a super simple build on the back end gives you a ton of flexibility on the front end of how you might want to show time tracking. So if this sparks anything for how you could build for your way of working, please don't hesitate to reach out and let's see what we could build together. Thanks.